Hello and welcome to,
Hey, we like your pod.
and we're going to tell you why. Oh my gosh. Hi, it's Dawn here, and I'm joined as always by my trusted partner, Matt Pickett. It's so good to see you, Matt. It's been
I
three whole
know.
weeks.
3 weeks, Dawn. Yeah, I mean it's kind of thing where there was some stuff going on. We both had to, delay coming back on for the next episode. So that's part of it. And also, there's just not as much content happening right now. So it's like, well, yeah, we'll get around to it. But I want you to know that we've missed doing podcasts for our listeners. And Dawn, I've missed talking to you. And just how have you been these last 3 weeks?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. It's a blur. It's a blur. A lot going on as usual. I spent so much time looking at that schedule. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time? Because you just never know how things are going to turn out.
Yeah, that's the thing. For as much as I want to be like, we could beat all these teams, they'll lay an egg a couple of times,
Oh gosh.
because every team does. It's not. I'm not saying because the Packers do that, because every team literally does that.
But we need to beat the teams that we need, that are easier to beat.
Yeah, like how we didn't beat the Browns
mismatched.
last year, for example.
Yeah.
Oof.
There were a couple. It was like, why did you do that? That was dumb.
Yeah, we can just
Anywho, so the kids downstairs are getting ready for their graduation. Are your kids out of school yet, or are they getting ready for their end of season or
Good
semester?
question. Yeah, like UC is all done for the semester. They're actually in the summer semester classes already, and the orientation for the incoming students starts in a week and a half. And guys in the chat are funny. So, and then the kids at the public schools, of course, public schools go later than like a university does. So my kids, the older one who actually has final exams, her finals start tomorrow.
Okay.
But between all the rest of the days of school, they just have 4 days of school left. So we are almost there.
Right.
We recently booked a vacation for the summer near the end of July that we're excited about.
Nice.
So they are going to let me out of my jail cell, True North and Iowa. Good news. Out on good behavior. So excited about that. But yeah, it's that. It feels like the liminal space between seasons for me, because like things are kind of transitioning but not fully there yet.
Right.
And at work, this tends to be like a slightly slower sort of pace of things. And for the bulk of this week, Dawn, it was like, man, what am I supposed to be doing with my time here? And then today, which is crazy, but that's only for the part of this week, because then earlier today, like 4 things dropped in my lap, and I was like, okay, all right, here we go, gonna do some stuff. But the energy on campus is funny when there are so fewer students. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird. It's desolate. It feels deserted, even though there are students here and there. It's like you see an occasional student walking across campus. You're like, what are you doing here? What's going on? It's a very strange thing. And I find that like I've come to realize that I am sort of like attuned to other people's energy in like really weird ways. I can't remember if we've talked about this in the podcast before, but like I can tell if it's going to be a day with fewer students on campus when I'm driving to campus, like as I'm getting close to it. Not because I can like look around and see there's fewer students, but just like it feels different. There's a different energy that I can actually like sense, which sounds a little woo-woo, but like I've really come to find that like it's true. So it is a strange feeling.
Less traffic or less cars on the road.
That is also true, which is nice. It's also easier to get good parking spots, which I appreciate. And like the line at the deli, if I go there for lunch, very short. Love that. So it's a different energy at this time of the year.
Is it a good deli?
It's the best deli. Oh my God. Dawn, I had lunch there today. They have this Nashville hot chicken burger that is very spicy. And they have like fries that are made to order that are crazy good. Come with this like garlic aioli. Love the deli. Love it very much. Yeah.
What is a chicken burger? Is it just chicken?
Oh, so you mean it's a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. I don't know why they call it a burger in there. That's weird to me, but it's just it's a chicken sandwich. Super spicy, super good.
Cool.
Huge fan.
Wow. So, okay, how's your kid doing with her garden? I was thinking about her.
Yeah, the garden's coming along really nicely. We had a lot of rain this week, so things are really like blooming and
Ooh.
going to town. And yeah, every day she comes home from school and goes straight to the garden, not even inside, not drops her stuff off, goes straight to the garden to check
I
stuff,
bet.
see how
Wow.
it's looking, and then comes inside. So yeah, it's going really well.
Yeah, you can get really obsessed with those things. I wouldn't
Yeah.
know though. I would never know about that. So, what did she end up planting?
Whew. So she had like 50 things she wanted to do, and we had to narrow it down. We had to help her narrow it down to three kinds of tomatoes, a couple geranium plants, some nasturtia, a bunch of beans, a bunch of herbs in pots next to the garden, and like one or two other things. So still, it's a lot,
Yeah,
but actual manageable. And she did all the research to see like what would grow well next to each other, what would help
right,
each other, grow. So it's
right.
very carefully thought out, of course.
It sounds like it. I can tell just by her selection with the, especially with like the geraniums and the nasturtiums. They're gonna help
Hmm.
insect control. Of course, a lot of the herbs do that as well. So,
Yep.
well done, well done. I'm sure it's gonna be spectacular. My carnivorous plants are out of their dormancy
Yeah.
and growing and eating bugs, and I love it because there
Nice.
are no like little fruit flies or anything flying around. Like, oh, this is delightful. It's really working out. So, hi, Iowa Joe in True North. So, Iowa Joe says, somehow the dungeon looks darker than I am
It
used.
does. I was looking at that, like,
Does
because I
it?
think it's because Joe. I think it's because dawn has more natural light at this time of year than usual, and so it's more the contrast between our
Yeah.
screens than anything. I think it's same amount of light as always.
And it's 3 hours earlier here.
Yeah, huge
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, this is like my shades, most of them are closed. Or at least mostly closed. And hi, True North. And yes, Matt had 3 weeks and did no decorating. Well,
The
I do
best of
see some.
intentions.
I see the little sign behind you.
Oh, that's been there for a couple of episodes now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I swear I will. Oh,
Oh, yes. There it is.
the flag
Oh,
exists.
it's the
It's a
blue and
throwback one.
gold. Oh,
I
nice.
promise it exists. You can
That's
see,
my
and I am going to
favorite.
hang it eventually. Maybe this weekend is the time. I can do that. I can finally clean up my car. Do all the things that I keep saying I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a really glorious weekend, just getting caught up on things I've been saying I'll do. Maybe I'll do that, Don. That'd be
I'm
good.
going to share a petty pleasure
Do it.
about the throwbacks. So I have this friend. I've mentioned many times, she's in her 80s now, and her name is Bonnie. I probably shouldn't use her name. Her name's not Bonnie. Okay.
We'll call her Binny.
And she's like super, she's really, she can just recite historical facts about
Hmm.
almost anything in the, world history, whatever. And the Packers, and she loves the Packers. And when they played in their throwbacks last season,
Hmm.
she's like, "What's with these uniforms?" And I was like, "You don't know?" And I started like spitting facts at her. And it's like, I don't know, maybe she just forgot that segment or whatever, but she got really weird about it, and I got really defensive because
Oh
I
no.
loved the
Oh,
throwbacks.
me too. They're one of my favorite ones we've had,
Hmm.
like ever.
Yeah, I got that nice sweater, and
Hmm.
I'm not a big, logo wearing type person in general, but that one, in fact, I was wearing it a couple months ago out here for coffee and at our coffee shop, and this chick was like, "Where'd you get that sweater?" And she wanted to take a picture of me and
Oh
everything.
wow. Okay.
I'm like, "You can get one with your team, probably." We talked about football,
Hmm.
but it was more like she thought it was just in general I like football because it wasn't really logo-y. Yeah, it was
Oh,
more
okay. Yeah,
subtle.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, get a Packer, get a Packer sweater if you love it. She's like, I'm taking a picture for all my friends. We have a little football club.
Oh, that's cute.
I
I like that.
know, it was really great. So the sweater was a hit. I love that sweater.
I'm telling you, I love wearing Packers gear in public because it's a conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's to somebody who doesn't like the Packers or somebody who does. And
Mm-hmm.
I think probably at least 1 out of 3 times when I'm wearing a Packers t-shirt around Cincinnati, somebody stops and goes, "Go Pack Go!" Like I get
Yeah.
that all the time. Like because Packers
Yeah.
fans are everywhere, popular
Yep.
team. So I love that. I love having conversations with random people
Mm-hmm.
about the Packers just because of the shirt.
I popped off the train yesterday to go to the farmer's market as my annual or my weekly pilgrimage to. It's a 6-minute train ride to the village, and I popped off, and there's a chick sitting there with a big W on her hat, and it was totally Commanders like looking for sure, but it was kind of a cute hat in general, and I'm like, hey, is that the Commanders hat? And she said yes. And I really like their quarterback. So I'm like, well, I really like your quarterback, but I'm a Packers fan. And she really appreciated that. But it's just a conversation piece. And then I was waiting for the train, and there's this really great brewery that's right at the train station. And it's called, it's called Pure. And they have a West Coast IPA that I like called Pure West. So I always just get like a little 5-ounce one while I'm waiting, because that's as much as I can handle during the day. And I saw there was football. I thought there'd be like a baseball game because it was Padres Dodgers yesterday, which is a big deal. And all the people were out with their Padres, because there's a train that goes to the Padres station too, or to the stadium. Anyway, so there was football, and I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? And I sat down at the table for a minute next to this couple, and she was like, oh, because I got some flowers, and she was asking me about the flowers, and then I was like, what is this? Do you know what this is? And she said it was college football, and blah, blah, blah. We got started to talk about football in our podcast, and it was great. She's a 49ers fan who now lives in San Diego, which several of them do, and when people retire or whatever. And yeah, it was kind of a fun conversation. Do you think you'll go to any games this season, Maddie?
Ooh, nice segue to talking about the schedule, Dawn. I would love to go to one very specific game. I want to see if you could guess. I was going to see if you could guess it. Which game?
Packers Bears.
Packers Bears. Yes, good job. Now, how did you know that's the one I wanted to go to? That's my next question.
Because I want to go.
Because you want to go. Hey, we think the same. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's not going to be like a super cold weather game. Right. There will probably not be snow. Which, I love watching a snow game on TV, but I don't want to be in the bleachers when it's actually snowing and that cold. So, being October 11th, that's a great time to be there. And of course, you get to drive to Wisconsin and see all the leaves changing colors, which is just so glorious to drive. It makes the drive much more pleasant. That's for sure. And I mean, obviously, since Packers Bears is finally interesting again,
yes,
it could be a really fun game. And every game I've been to at Lambeau, they've won. So I think that they need me there for that game.
Oh, there you go.
We can end that bad streak we're on with them. So, a lot of good reasons. I just need to see if my cousin has access to tickets. I meant to text him earlier today, so we'll see.
Oh, cool. Okay. So I would go on my petty pleasure, which I'm embracing fully. Likes history should listen to the episode of OP Unscripted in 2 weeks. Talk to our fake history host.
Okay.
Fake history
in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So is our fake history like a podcast or something? Because
I'm thinking capitalized like it is. Packers fake history. Is there fake history involving the Packers?
No, I think he capitalized our fake history deliberately. Well, he'll explain in the chat.
Yeah, tell us more. It's intriguing.
Yes.
And
True
then
says, so Matt tells people to come see his Packers merch in the dark basement. That must go over well. It does, surprisingly. No, just kidding.
Our fake history is the name. Is it about your fake history or the Packers' fake history?
Yeah, we need more details, Joe. We'll come back to that. But Joe does say the pit in his basement must be full. I got to buy some stock lotion companies.
Why lotion?
It's a Signs of the Lambs reference.
Oh, I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, you should watch it. Go back, try it again. Good stuff.
I did end up watching it and then just not watching certain parts but I don't remember anything about lotion.
So the schedule, right? Don, what are some of the things that you think are good, and what are some of the pros and the cons of the schedule? What do you think?
Well, I just want to say, Packers Bears if possible at Lambeau, and then for sure I'm down for Packers Rams in LA.
Yeah, you should definitely go to that. That'd be a good game.
And I think, I think I have many not nightmares, but many memories of going to LA Thanksgiving weekend with one of my boyfriends who had family up there. So year after year, and it was the traffic out here is just like pretty pretty gnarly.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I think what I'll do is take the train up, not even drive, spend the night, or two in a hotel.
Hmm.
And the only issue about Ubering over to the game is it's hard to get an Uber out.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, we had issues with that. Jamie and I. We were at a point of just like snapping at each other
Oh no. Oh
because I
no.
got us lost and we were walking through some anyway. But no, it wasn't too bad. But you get testy. It's like let's. But the Uber driver who brought us
Hmm.
did warn us, and he said go
Mm.
out this exit, and I think I got turned around and I took us out the wrong exit.
Oh
Jamie
no.
didn't remember that at all, so we both had the best of intentions. But we got out eventually.
Well,
But
so
it was
this game will be a chance for you and Jamie to have a redo on that. Hang out
I'm
again at another
hoping, yeah,
game.
yeah, she's already talking about it,
Nice.
and my sister's thinking about flying out for it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But she's not ever been away from her family for a holiday. So that'd be a big deal for her. But, it's about time. She's in her 60s. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like,
Let's talk about
they
that for a
can,
second, Don. Right. So the holidays, right? We have. I hate this phrase, Thanksgiving Eve. That's not a thing.
it's kind of weird. It's the only Wednesday game. I don't
Hmm.
understand it.
But how do you feel about like having a game on a Wednesday?
I'm all flummoxed about it. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, like Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'm usually doing meal prep stuff, like just getting things
Right.
ready to cook the next day.
Hmm.
And it's not uncommon for me to be like cooking while a game is on. I just like make
Right.
it
That's
find a way
kind
to
of a
make it work.
thing. Yeah. Hmm.
But I'd rather not have those things happening at the same time. And it's a game that should be really good that I'd want to watch, but
Right.
that pales in comparison to having a freaking game on Christmas. Like at least in my time zone, it's gonna be like what I think 1 o'clock, right? Looking at it,
Right.
yeah, it'd be 1 o'clock. So it's not as bad because the kids will be done opening their presents. I can probably watch most of it before we go over to like the in-laws' house, which we usually do. But when we get there, it won't be over by the time we get there. I'll have to be like, can we just turn the game on in the other room or something? Like they're my in-laws are gracious, wonderful people. I'm sure they'll be fine with that. But still, it's just
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
Christmas. Come
It's
on.
it's it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing at the NFL. They're trying to break us, um,
Trying to
basically.
break us through
in
overfeeding us,
in
stuff us
many
full.
ways, like and the players, to be honest,
Yeah.
as far as
Mm.
like playing more and more, spreading out the week. The one good thing is it does look like Packers aren't going to have like 3 days to recover and then fly to LA like they usually do, which
Yeah,
is
having like
yeah,
the sort of like weird mini buys on both sides of it is,
right.
if you have to play on a Wednesday, I think that's the best way for it to work out. So I'm really happy that that was part of the setup for it.
Right, right. I right away. Okay, let me look here. I right away. I don't have the whole schedule. I mostly have the Packers here, but I remember like the first. What? Okay, let me look at the NFL. The first like Sunday night game. They open on Sunday, right? And it's like, what is it like the Cowboys and Giants? I'm like, why?
Not a game
Nobody
I'll
wants
watch.
to watch them
Yeah,
anymore.
I know, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of cowboy stuff. And then I've pretty much resigned myself as primarily a streamer.
Hmm.
That, and I half the time I have to watch on replay because I have things going on Sunday until noon anyway,
Hmm.
my time. And so I can't see the noon games because that's 10 a.m. my time.
Sure.
I'm not, and I don't even think it's right to watch football at 10 o'clock in the morning. I just feel like it's wrong. So I'm already kind of like, oh, Fox, 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 and then some Netflix crap. And it's
Hmm.
like, sorry, no offense, but so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to watch the whole season on replay. And
Huh.
I'm okay with it. Like
Wow.
an
All
hour
right.
later, it's like it's right after the game they come up, and then I can
Hmm.
watch, and then I can skip all the commercials, and
Well, true.
yeah, and then the ones where it's not 10 o'clock my time in the morning, I will listen on the radio and probably watch on replay, which is what I did a lot of last year. And I thought it was fantastic
Hmm.
way to take it in, you know. So,
So I was watching an interview with Mr. Rogers. I'm going somewhere with this. I was watching an interview with Mr. Rogers earlier today, right? And he was talking about how he thinks that the white space between the paragraphs is often more important than like the text itself, because when you get to that white space, your brain
yep,
pauses for a second and it gives you the chance to like think about what you just read. And ideally, that's what you would do instead of just skipping past it.
that's
And in
right.
fact, in Mr. Rogers, I think his autobiography, whatever it is, he included this quote from one of his college professors that was so huge in shaping, Mr. Rogers' like life and philosophy and stuff like that. That what he did in the book was he had the quote and kind of in the middle of the page, and then just white space for the whole rest of the page, so people would have to stop and think about it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so when I think about commercials, when I'm watching football specifically, I wish that they were a little shorter because they do seem to be forever long a lot of time. But
Mm-hmm.
having that time to stop and think about like what just happened and kind of break it down mentally is really nice, I find actually. And I say this like as a contrast to watching it with no commercials and going straight through. I feel like
Sure.
my brain wouldn't process it as well or get used to it. I don't know, but it seems like having a little bit of space between stuff is actually a good thing. I think that's part of why I never really got into watching basketball because it's like constant motion. It feels like, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting almost overstimulated, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Well,
know.
come.
I
I
appreciate
do
the
a lot of
space.
pausing. See, the thing is, when you replay it, it's on your own terms. So
No,
you
that's a
can
good point.
pause. You can
Hmm.
go make something to eat. You can like play with your cat. Get back. I mean, there's a lot of white space in my life. My life is white space. My life is. I love negative space for sure. I like that.
Hmm.
I like that. That perspective from Mr. Rogers. I thought you were talking about the other Mr. Rogers. I was like, didn't they
Aaron
talk
Rodgers,
about that? No, no, no. Okay.
Fred Rogers of PBS.
I get it. I get it. No, the white space. Yeah, the negative space. That was a big deal when I was studying design. We would have
Hmm.
assignments all the time, just like focusing on the negative space. Like, this is your assignment
Hmm.
as to the negative space. Now figure it out.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
it's really a great way to think about things. But yeah, no, 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 no. I definitely do pauses and no, I like streaming because it is on your own terms for sure. And some of the streaming, I don't think you can on the Amazon Prime streams, but on most of the streams you can pause. You can go back a little and that kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
I mean
I
it
don't
makes
think you
sense.
can.
I guess I was thinking about the fact that you have like the control over things.
Right,
I think I
right.
wouldn't pause it. I'd just be like charging it through, not thinking about the fact that I actually needed to pause and let my brain, kind of
Yeah, yeah,
process. Um,
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Quick catch up on the people in the chat here. Joe did give us a clarification. He said the gentleman's podcast is called Our Fake History. Like I suspect, it's the name of something, but it's actually a podcast that exists. And
Okay.
what the guy does in the podcast, Joe says, is he tries to break myths from history and tell the true story, like world history.
I like it.
True North
That
was
sounds
going back
interesting.
to, I think, trying to get us back on the rails about talking about the schedule because True North said some of the Packers did not get an international game. And Don, right there, that's one of my favorite things about the schedule because international games have not been kind to us, and there's a lot of like things that makes those games hard to do. You're breaking out of a routine, you're doing a lot of travel. It's got to be weird for the players, right? So having a year where we have 9 home games, no international stuff, and especially the last month where it's almost no travel at all, I think the schedule is really favorable for the Packers, and I feel like I think I'm stealing from Aaron Nagler when I say this, but like, there's no excuses this year, other than if some injuries happen,
That's
which are
right.
going to happen, of course. There's no excuses. This is everything's kind of leaning towards the Packers in this one, and if Tucker Kraft and if Micah Parsons come back at full health, which isn't a given, coming off of ACL stuff, if they come back at full strength, like really, there's no excuses. This is a prime year to do really well, get a good push. Maybe go to the Super Bowl. We'll see. I don't know.
I agree. There are no more excuses. We're out of excuses.
Hmm.
Um, and I do think that's why we got the Wednesday game. I think that the Packers and international games have been a highly contested thing between the Packers and the NFL.
Hmm. Seems
And
like it.
so, yeah, and so I noticed that as well. but again, I'm just really pleased that I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to play on a Wednesday and a Sunday before and a Sunday. What's happening
Hmm.
here? And I was looking for the buy and all that. And I was like, oh, this is kind of delicious. It kind of works. I mean, honestly, if the if the NFL, I know a lot of people are not maybe for it, but I would be okay with a game every night. But they'd have to figure it out in a way that it's not hurtful, like where
Uh,
everybody got the right
yeah.
amount of rest. And they could do it. It's called math, MATHNFL. Look it up. It's not that hard to figure out. But I think they're also like dipping their toes into that kind of.
That seems like it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
now
the
we
problem
got
with
Monday,
NFL.
Tuesday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday. Now we're dropping in a Wednesday, and then
Hmm.
we've got the Saturday. So many Saturday games this coming year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the problem though with having football every day is the amount of divorces that would lead to, Dawn. I think it could cause some real problems on the home fronts of America.
I know. Or every other day, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird, like glump Sunday, Monday night. It's just weird. Like Thursday night. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
just kind of a weird. But it is what it is, and we're going to take it no matter what, however we
That's
can
right.
get it.
It is what
So
it is, and
excited.
we love it.
We love it. Iowa Joe says, I don't like to think it hurts my head too much. Yeah, so there you go. So, uh, oh, and then I was just going to mention,
Hmm.
um, okay, so there are 8 games that Fox will have, which means TV, because I don't think Fox streams unless you have TV, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
only one game on CBS.
I
This,
love that. I'm so happy about that because I do not get CBS well here for whatever reason. Yeah, Fox very clear, like using like rabbit ears for the TV. That is, I'm talking about.
oh, but but that's Paramount. You can stream
You
that
can
for
stream on
like,
Paramount. I know, which I will have to do for that one probably.
yeah, it's only like whatever, $7, $8 a month. I don't know. It's really
Oh,
cheap.
I have access to Paramount, so like, that's not an
Yeah.
issue. But I should say I would rather watch a game on the air live because then if I'm like, on Twitter at the same time or whatever, interacting with
Mm,
people, it's not being spoiled by like, any of a number of beat reporters posting a thing and then like 20 seconds later it happens in the game. You're like, oh shoot, I wish I hadn't seen
yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So CBS and NBC, which is where a lot of games I usually stream. There's only 3 between the two of those
Hmm.
this year. So, and that's NBC is going to be Peacock Sunday Night Football, and then the
Yeah.
one Sunday night I think is maybe Flexi. So we'll see. Weird that we have 2 Thursday night football games.
Yeah, that seems weird, right?
It seems very weird. So that's going to like interfere with our live streaming unless we do a super brief
Oh yeah.
halftime.
Jump on.
Y-
5 minutes. Here's one thing this week that I loved.
Yeah, yeah, have to be really on top of our game
Mhm.
that day. And then Netflix has 2, ESPN only has 1. Ha ha, ESPN, I don't like you. And then 1 TBD, so we'll see. But yeah, it kind of broke down a little weird. And then there are 6 games that are 10 a.m. for me, which is 12 o'clock Lambeau
Yeah.
time, 1
Mhm.
o'clock for you. So 6 games. So I would be replaying those anyway. And then there are 4 afternoon games, which is like the 3:25 to 4:25 Central Time.
Hmm. So we
And
can get the
then,
America's Game of the Week to happen, which ideally would for all those because then I can watch them live.
right, right. Of course, I can't watch hardly anything out here anyway. That's the issue where I live. So,
Mm,
and then because everything's blocked, almost
right.
everything in San
Ugh,
Diego
boo.
for Green Bay, yeah. And then prime time,
There's a
other
ton.
7
It's a
games
ton
out
of
of
them.
17.
Yeah, love that actually.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So it does kind of seem like the NFL is signaling that this may be Packers' year to me.
Or if nothing else, that it's a recognition of the fact that the Packers are an extremely popular team, which
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like it. I don't mind the schedule. Of course, we're playing because we didn't finish first in our division. We're playing second place teams this year instead of the first place teams. So we're having an easier schedule that way. We'll see how it
Did you take
actually
second in the division? Is that right? I can't remember anymore. Yeah,
I
because
don't
the
know.
Lions kind of fell apart and the Vikings really,
Hmm.
really fell apart. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. We had second. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Vikings. So since we had a live stream last, Kyle, little shorty guy, is now their quarterback.
Kyle Little Shortly, Kyler
Little,
Murray.
yes, I forgot his last name. Sorry, he's so little.
He is we as by quarterback standards. Yes.
Although they're competing for the
Yeah.
position, but
Technically, yes.
yeah, with the quarterback whisperer coach.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll see. We'll see.
I think this is going to be a really. I think he's going to be on the hot seat this year. I don't like
Think
to
so?
say hot
Really?
seat stuff for coaches. I hate that. I really hate that. But I do think that if he can't pull this together pretty soon, I'm not so sure about that guy. I'm not so sure
Never know.
what's going to happen. They had that big shakeup with the GM, or not the GM, but the
Yeah, the GM.
yeah, the GM.
Yeah, with Kwesi Adolfo,
Quasi,
right?
yeah, which was maybe not 100% fair. So, and maybe,
It felt like he was
maybe
the fall guy. Yeah.
yep, exactly. So, well, with that, you know what?
Oh, what?
I forgot what. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. It's time for this week's superlatives. Dude, I totally just was talking with you. I forgot we were doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we've always said since day one, Dawn, that the best podcasts sound like conversations. So
This was definitely a conversation. Yep. So, Maddie, I don't have any superlatives. I'm counting on you. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been
I have 3
listening
short
to
ones.
things, and because we haven't been podcasting, I haven't been taking notes, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm totally off my game. I've got to get my act together. So,
You haven't
this
been
is a
in
real
like creator brain of like remembering what you've
no,
listened to.
not at
Yeah.
all. And I will say I've been kind of, well, I have a lot going on, but in terms of content, this really important trial that I've been paying attention to started in San Diego this week.
Oh,
And
in
so
San
my-
Diego. Ooh.
Yeah, here. Yeah. And actually, if I was well enough, which I wasn't, well, Monday I was going to go to opening statements for the actual in person.
Oh, in person. Wow.
But my friend went without me, and
Oh, man.
I'm so glad she went, and she gave me a lot of intel. But I'll get there for at least a half a day. I don't think I can sit in a courtroom for more than 2 hours at a time. I'll
Oh,
have
fair
to.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go
Anywho.
down there, you watch her for a few hours, you get a T-shirt, right? And then
Oh
you
no,
go
God,
home.
no. It's so sad. That's so sad. I
Don't they have
mean,
merch at trials? Don't they do that?
no. Thank God. I mean, no, actually, creators do it, which is just like, and the judge, if it's a really high profile case, sometimes the judge will have to warn people or kick people out for wearing, particular messages on their t-shirts and things like that in the courtroom. You cannot do that. It can sway the jury.
Yeah.
There have been cases where, the jury has to be instructed because there's so much press outside and that kind of thing. And this particular trial, it was disappointing because it was expected to be live streamed, and it's a 3-month trial. And the judge, very much 9th hour, 11th hour, what do we call that? Was like, no cameras in the courtroom, so you have to go if you want to see it live. So,
Wow.
yeah. But my friend, and I wanted to, but my friend actually has been on some of the searches for this woman who's not been found yet. And it's just a really big case here, and it means a lot to a lot of people to see it to its finish.
I see.
Anywho,
I
back
have,
to football.
as per usual, Dawn, I have 3 superlatives. They're all pretty short though, so this won't really take very long unless you have a lot of feedback on them, I guess, or whatever. So my first one, best milestone celebration. Dawn, this was a ton of fun. Okay, best milestone celebration.
Oh, I think I know what this is.
You think
Go
you know what
ahead.
it is? All right. So we talk about this guy all the time on this podcast. I know. But John Meerdick deserves to be talked about a lot because he does real quality work. And
Yes.
his primary podcast, one of his 2, Blue 58, the other one, of course, being the Random Packer Players podcast. Blue 58 hit its 1,000th episode since we've last spoken, Dawn. And it wasn't just like, okay, this is the 1,000th and it's a regular episode. No, he made a whole thing of it. It was like twice the length of his regular podcasts. He kind of went back into the archives. He found like one of the original planning documents he had.
Oh
He was
wow,
broadcasting on
fun.
YouTube, which he never does. He brought in like recordings of his family, of like his kids. His wife came on and they had like a rate the different NFL like
Oh,
theme song kind of like thing,
oh,
which is super fun. She's a musician. I didn't know this. She's
oh,
a
cool.
harp player, and
Oh,
music. I think music librarian, if I remember correctly. And I realized actually it's kind of a funny connection. She was part of a duo with a soprano who I went to college with, and I just found that out recently. So
oh wow.
connections.
How cool.
But suffice to say, all that. And then you took questions from the people who were, in the chat. So
Mhm.
it was just like a super fun episode, and it's John Meter really just getting into like the behind the scenes kind of stuff, and the sort of like meta of the show and everything. It was a lot of fun. It was a great episode.
Oh, I love that. I need to replay that. I didn't even know that happened. That sounds
Oh,
delightful.
so good. Okay,
And
so
I
wait,
love
then
the
what did you
harp.
think I was going to say?
Oh, Tom Grassi had a big milestone too. And we
I
do
didn't know
talk
that.
about
Wait,
him a lot.
what was it? What was it?
Well, he's had several in the last couple of months, but the most recent one was him being on the release video
That was fun. Yeah.
featured. Yes, and being killed.
Okay, I have to come clean on something. I didn't catch it was his voice the first time I watched it. The second time I was like, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Oh, how did I not catch that the first time?
Oh yeah, I, those videos are so complex. I mean,
They weave a
you
lot of
have
stuff into those. Yeah.
yes, you have to watch them a couple, especially if you're old like me. You have to watch them a couple of times. So yeah, but that's what I was thinking.
Mm, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Blue 58, 1000th episode is still going strong. Great
How? What?
podcast.
So when did he start?
I don't have that in front of me. I think it was like 10 years ago, though. I want to say it was 2016, but that might be incorrect.
Well, 10 years. But he's every week, right?
Sometimes more than once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's because there would be once a week, 52. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I was
2016
thinking
ish.
week. I was thinking daily. Yeah. My
Oh,
brain.
yeah. Oh,
My
no.
brain.
Yeah.
Do you,
Back in days,
do,
it's like 3 millionth episode now. So, yeah.
do you know how many episodes we've done?
Do you know? Is this a quiz?
It's over
I don't
200.
know. It's 100.
It's over
No,
200.
I think it's going to be north of 100. Yeah. 200 something, right?
Right. We should have celebrated our 200th, and I thought about it, and I
Mm,
spaced out.
dang it. Wait, so
Yeah,
what are we
we're
on
on
right now?
211.
211.
211. Hmm.
Wow.
We'll do
Man, time flies when
250.
you're
We'll
having a
do
blast.
250. Yes, I'll
Yes.
remember next time. Yes.
Yeah. All right, on
So
to the
that
second.
means, well, the
Okay,
only
go ahead.
reason I'm saying that, not
Mhm.
to like compete with John Meardeck, it was just like to try and figure out how many years, if you're doing a weekly
Mhm.
podcast, it would
Right.
take to get, yeah,
Right.
because with time off and things like that. So, which he probably doesn't take any time off, but we do
Pretty
lately.
rare. It's pretty rare.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Maddie, what's your next one?
All right, my next one. Best peek behind the curtain. You would think that last one was, but there was this one really fun thing that we heard this week. Yeah, it was in the last week. So a podcast we haven't talked about a lot, but is a really fun one that I think kind of deserves a little more attention. Is our Wayne Larrivee, the voice of the Packers, has one
Oh,
that it does with Matt LePay, who is the
love
voice of
Wayne.
the Badgers,
Hmm.
and it's a fun podcast. They talk about like a lot of Wisconsin sports. It doesn't just focus on the Packers. Um, but anyhow, in this most recent episode, which I think they said was the last one of the season, they both talked about how they prepare for game day and sort of like what the routine is like, what sorts of work they have to put in before the game to be ready for it. Like learning the numbers of the players, for example, and having that down cold, ready to go. And like, Wayne Larrabee will learn the numbers of the Packers during training camp and have it down, like for the rest of the season. But the trick is like, okay, every week you got to memorize a new set of numbers for the opponent, so you can like, not have to stop and look at your sheet to see who the person is who made a play. Then all of a sudden it's the next play and you're missing stuff. So talk about like the pace of the work on game day. Like I'm actually calling the plays, but then leaving space for like, in his case for Larry McCarron to jump in and say stuff, and
Hmm.
just have that flow going. So it's conversational. And yeah, the whole process of preparing for it, I never thought before, like, what do the play-by-play guys have to do to get ready to actually do their job effectively? It was fascinating. It was a great listen.
I think I would be very interested in that. And as you know, I listen to every radio broadcast that's possible
Hmm.
to listen to out
Hmm.
here. I mute the national and then I synchronize so that it takes a little effort, but that's one of the nice things about streaming and replaying is because you can kind of that kind of thing. Although you can't replay the radio podcast, but the radio stream, which is kind of dumb.
Hmm.
Packers, why? Why can't we replay those?
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's true.
I may have to write to them.
Well, now that Wes Hykowitz is the director of what is it, digital strategy or something like that, with his promotion that he got. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
maybe you want to have a direct line into the
yeah.
folks who make
Maybe I
decisions about
will.
that. So
Right,
send them a
right.
message.
I actually dipped my toe on Twitter for a minute the last week, mostly because of that trial I was talking
Hmm.
about, because there's only one person actually live tweeting about it, but because I love our local broadcasts and our
Hmm.
coverage, but it's nice to have that contrast as somebody who's live tweeting in the
Hmm.
courtroom and that kind of thing. So, um,
Were you surprised to find that it's still a dumpster fire?
I didn't see any of that. I just
Uh
popped
huh.
on, did my thing, and I posted a couple things, and I'm like, bye all. I'm going back to
Hmm.
Blue. I'm not even on Blue Sky. I'm not on social media that much lately. Not even Insta or anything.
Outside of the season, I'm much less active.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
that kind of whole space. I'm probably on Reddit more than anything these days. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of that is just, yeah, it's more interesting, right? I do a lot on YouTube, and most of the YouTubers have like either Reddit or Substacks or whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah. I just have, it's like I have to post something. I haven't done that in a while. In fact, when I'm in a photography contest for the San Diego Humane Society.
Oh
Did
yeah,
I
yeah,
not?
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, for my cat pet pictures. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of bad. I'm just like posting because I want votes. Some
I
people do
mean,
that. Okay. I felt kind of bad. It's like, oh, I haven't
nah,
posted for a while. Here, vote for my cat.
there's nothing wrong with that. Nah,
Is it? Okay, good, good.
that's
Because
kosher.
I like my cat and I like the picture, and she's not gonna get she's gotten some votes. She got like 100 votes.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I need to be more like reposting and all that, because we have until I didn't realize this when I did it. I thought I was actually late. It had been going on for a while, but it's open for like 4 months. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see if she can get anywhere with it. But a lot of people will submit their photo and like put in like 1,000 of their own votes, so they're already got 1,000. So it's like, and each vote costs like $1. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. So, and it's like, that's not even a good picture. Come on, man. Like, couldn't you do better than that for 1,000? I mean, I'm sure you love your cat and all that, but you can't even see the pic. It's such a bad photo.
Yeah. Just
Anyway,
make a better picture.
I'm not
Seriously.
competitive at all, but
Yeah.
anywho, what else do you have, Maddie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My last superlative. Best show concept. This goes out to Jason Bangert. So what I'm talking about here is that he had proposed a question to the Wednesday Pack a Day crew, our beloved Wednesday Pack a Day crew, and they're like, we need to actually make an episode out of this. This isn't just a simple question. So what he had asked them to do was to draft an all NFC North team. And so they had to each end up with 5 offense and 5 defense players. And they did it like a snake draft, so they had to kind of take their turns and everything. That's what a draft is. And
Yeah,
the discussion as they went along through it, was a lot of fun. The sort of like, oh, you took my guy. Of course, that's inevitable with that kind of stuff.
right.
But just the chance to think through, like, who are the great players in the NFC North, and get away from just a Packer centric viewpoint was really interesting. I think that
Mm,
it's funny because you can still see, like, there's a lot of, like, Packers bias among the 3 of them, of course, as they're talking
sure.
through it, because, like, Packers players went off the board much faster than any other teams did. But
Hmm.
still, it was a really fun concept, made for a really, really fun episode. So, hats off, Jason Bangert. Nicely done.
I like that. I like that. So, who did they end up with? Like, can you remember?
Oh no, not at all. Not a clue.
Okay.
I think they said they're going to post it somewhere. So if people are, well, you know, rather than that, people just go listen to the episode. It was great. It was last week Wednesday,
Yes.
I believe.
Do go listen, like me. Like I should go listen. Um, I think part of my issue with that is I've gotten off of listening to podcasts and listening to the podcasts that are on YouTube, because there are podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if you're not consistently posting your podcast on YouTube, which we do actually.
Yeah. Yes.
There's been only one or two that have been like, nothing wrong with your podcast, it's not uploading. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just, whatever, YouTube. I don't know what your problem is, because it works every week. Anyway, but not because necessarily it's on video. It's just convenient, you know, to not go to different platforms and all that kind of thing. So, and I think Andy's doing them more on YouTube, but it's still not easy to find them.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. I'm going to take another look, because they have made some progress. It's really not that hard to publish your podcast on YouTube, because they have a podcast feed, and it's really helpful to people who are looking for you. So, did you listen to, speaking of Andy and Packet A, did you listen to his conversation with Justice Mosqueda? I think it was today, or no?
I've been this week. So this usually come on, I think, Monday
Wednesday?
or Tuesday.
Okay.
I did listen to this. That's one of those podcasts that gets like priority listening. Usually goes to the top of the queue when it comes
right.
out, so.
It was so
No,
good,
definitely
though.
listen to it. Yeah, it's always so good. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear their takes on the schedule, and just all the random stuff they were talking about, like Mark Furman living in Idaho, and
A lot of random stuff.
OJ. Yeah, brought back some memories. Like, of course, they were younger, but
Right.
that was like such a weird experience. That whole trial that went on, kind of
crazy.
like this one down here. It's like going to be a 3-month trial. So OJ's, I think, was 3 months as well. Really dragged out. So it's just fun to hear them chit chat, and because this is the time of year where we can do that, because we have. I don't know that we have, less to talk about. I think there's still a lot to talk about, but I like that there's some negative space now that we can appreciate and have conversations.
Negative space. Good callback.
So, Maddie, any final thoughts before we wrap it up and take off? It's been fun chatting. It's so good to see you.
So good to see
Oh
you.
my gosh, I can't even believe we're going to blink and the season's going to be starting. You just know it. It's like around the corner. It's already the end of May. Boop. Boop.
It does come quickly. It's true.
Yeah.
No, I guess if any final thoughts, it's just, especially since you don't have football to distract you, just be present with the people around you. Go outside and enjoy the nice weather. Touch some grass. That's a cliche phrase, but it's popular for a reason. It's good to be out there and just be around nature for a little bit. Get out of the house, man. It's beautiful out there. That's my thoughts.
It is. And enjoy that negative space. Maybe the negative space is nature, right?
It is.
Sky.
Absolutely is.
Out here, it's the ocean. You just get mesmerized as soon as you walk over there, and boom.
Have some of your best thinking when you're staring at the ocean. Absolutely.
So, okay, so True North, what are you talking about over here? True North, show summary. Matt likes when there are no students. Dawn wants NFL games every night. Matt's daughter is gardening. Dawn is pro-vote buying.
I am not happy there's no students. I'd rather there were students because the energy is too low and too weird, actually. So the opposite on that one. Otherwise, I think you nailed it. Apart from that,
Pretty well.
True North. All right.
And Iowa Joe, there are supposed to be people around me. I knew I was doing something wrong. Honestly,
Joe, get out of the basement,
I'm not
man.
so sure about that there's supposed to be people around you. I have many thoughts about having people around you unless they're the right people.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Don. Shall we bring it home?
Yes, May. Let's bring her home.
All right. Well, friends, we'd love to have the chance to interview you and shout you out if you're a subscriber and a podcast fan. Whoa, what am I doing? That is not how the words go, Don. I'm going to read it correctly now. And shout you out if you're a subscriber
I'm like
and
trying
a
to catch up
football
here.
fan. A
That's so
football
funny.
fan. But also a podcast fan. Whatever. If you'd like to nominate someone to be a guest on our podcast, please let us know. Our DMs are open on all the social platforms. And folks, when you subscribe to our podcast, you help us to keep spreading the love in our community. And the best way to help this podcast grow is by sharing it with your friends and family.
Yes, Maddie, that's right. Because we love you. We're so glad to know you, to be fans of you, and have the luxury of being fans of the most storied team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate your support, your subscriptions, and sharing our pod. And we look forward to seeing you maybe in a week on.
Or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll
Maybe.
see. Hey, we like your pod.